Hey ladies and gents, welcome back to Avorion, Spazzy Dragon here, aka Syndromes, and let's see what happens today. The previous episode was a little bit off-center, so to speak. I tried to do something that I've never really done in this game before, thinking that it might make for an interesting episode, and instead it turned out to be me running in circles, basically, and making a lot of mistakes, as you have already pointed it out quite a few times now. So, today we are going to go back to the basics, and ever since we have agreed upon the small change in our gameplay rules regarding how we progress through the next systems, I think that is exactly what we're going to do today. Today's episode is going to be about exploration, so I'm going to be switching to the Indecisive, and in order to get this thing out of the way finally, we're going to go through every single green mass sector. We're also going to grab this little new information mission along the way, and hopefully by the end of this episode, this 1 hour for me, 1 hour recording time, I'm going to be basically ready to, you know, pack my things and finally set out for the next material range. So, by the looks of things, our next host is going to be this place right here, which belongs to the Church of Wenenert, because they seem to have the more interesting, you know, current situation with who attacks them and, you know, who doesn't. So, yeah, that is basically my idea for today, and we might as well begin. So, I actually noticed that we have been picking up some very choice bolter turrets, so I'll have to find a chance to just stop for a moment and reapply to them to this ship, because we actually do have quite a few unused turret slots ever since we kind of splurged to get all of those turret control systems. Another thing that I've been noticing is that perhaps I should really consider rechecking all of the black market and all of the regular stations, and actually just picking up every single... Okay. Just picking up every single mining turret that isn't iron one, because we are about to finally leave these sectors and just enter the Neonite zone, so to speak. And if I don't have titanium turrets, that's not going to be too good for us, for obvious reasons. I am still on the fence about using the R mining turrets, because one of the cool things about using the sorry about that. One of the things about using the regular ones is that I don't have to worry about refining anything. I don't have to constantly keep checking in on those ships, which is a really cool thing. Lets me focus on other things. So I actually just finished setting up some of the turrets. You'll notice that I had to re-enlarge the ship just to make sure that everything is, you know, removed, so I can place everything back together. And I must say that the bolters that we initially had overall was, you know, not really that good. Thankfully, that has been thoroughly administered, so to speak. Let's take a look. Wait. Wing defense? Wing defense. Defensive. There we go. And now everything else is going to be set to number 2. And with both of those enabled, we have currently reached 783,000 Omicron. And needless to say, when this thing fires, quite the show. But we're not here just for that. We're also here to check other things. So, for example, titanium arm mining turrets are here, but honestly, I really don't care about those. If anything, I want these. The efficiency on this is very poor, and we will need to, you know, do something about it. At the same time, I simply need them. It's not really a matter of, hey, what kind of stuff do I have? Oh, this is interesting. I'm really not sure if I want to do this, so I'm not really sure if I want to spend money on those items just yet. It's a possibility, but not one that I'm ready to invest in just yet. But it looks like we don't have any green items around, so what is our closest equipment dealer? Yeah. So I'm still on the hunt for a better scanner, but now I'm also very interested in the mining turrets and also a better warp drive. Because jumping around like this, not really fun. I've been thinking, what do we do with the Indecisive? The fact that I wanted to leave the ship behind and have a new ship constructed for every single new material sector that we visit is certainly part of the appeal of the Let's Play. But I've been trying to figure out how exactly do I want to leave the Indecisive. By that, I mean I have all of this installed, all of that installed, and I've been kind of wondering, is it really a good idea to leave it gutted? I think not. I think that, you know, from a purely gameplay perspective, if I'm going to leave the Indecisive behind, I might as well leave it behind at its peak, if that makes any sense. It probably doesn't, but still. Another thing that I will want to do is leave behind all the resources that I got, so before I leave these, you know, these places, I am going to sell off all of my titanium and all of my iron. Ooh, that's neat. I did not expect to pick up something like that. Hacking up to level 5, silent hacking 3, and 505. There we go. You know, I just did that, even though I specifically said that, hey, there's a chance that I might, you know, leave the ship as it is. And yes, of course, I would leave the Indecisive over here at our current home base, or at least at the capital of the current nation. So that was my original thought, and I think I'm going to do another vote for it. You guys can figure out whether or not you want to see me completely leave the Indecisive here as it is, in its current built-up state, all of the turrets, all of the systems included, as a maxed-out ship, or do you want me to take off all the good things? I think that finding them all over again is really not going to be an issue, even if we did, and it would probably add a little bit to the challenge. So, even if, you know, that's a thing, I really don't think that it's going to be, you know, a big deal, so to speak. So, yeah, something to keep in mind. Oh, sweet lord. Look at that frame rate. Beautiful. So this place has been actually pretty much mined out. I don't have to ever worry about this place ever again. The current idea is that as time passes, I do want to move all of my ships to that place again. The only really proper way to do that is by telling them to, hey, go over there. Just meet up over here at Shades of Eden Alpha and get ready for the jump. I think Shades and yeah, this place still actually has some resources. They can continue mining them, so that's really not going to be a problem. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I might as well just start moving all of my ships over there. This is a very good example of what would happen if I had to go through all of the yellow mass sectors. Huge amount of them. But since we are only obliged to use the green ones, well, that's perfectly fine. We can actually move on with this Let's Play. You know what? I just realized something that I didn't really consider, or, you know, until now, but we are about to enter the Neonite sectors. We know for a fact that there is a, you know, a hostile group there. What's going to happen to our mining ships? Can we even leave them anywhere that is safe enough to actually, you know, get the resources? Ooh, those are some good systems. Systems that I will definitely want to install on my mining ships. But are they going to survive for too long? That is in fact the question. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention, one of the reasons why I want to sell all of my iron and titanium here is because then I won't be tempted to use those, you know, here gotten resources to make a ceasefire or improve relations with the next nation. Because why would they want iron of all things? They're in a completely, like, advanced sector. It's another self-imposed sort of limitation, but I think it's one that makes sense. Right now we have, like, 233,000 iron, and obviously that is worth quite a fair bit. We could pull all of that into, you know, negotiating a alliance with those guys. But, yeah. The problem is, like, my problem there is that I don't need that iron yet. And, well, it seems way too convenient. I'd rather not have it too convenient. If that makes any sense. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm actually stupid. I will need titanium and iron in the next sector simply because Neonite is incapable of building anything armor-related. I'm dumb. It's a good thing I just realized that. Otherwise, things would have been very, very stupid. I think I can sell off all of the iron, but titanium is something that I will simply need to have. So that is something to keep in mind. Okay, so, ladies and gents, we have, for, I think, the most part, done it. So today I kind of went around like this, including this place over here, and checked out every single green place that we can get. These will say I only have to double check this place over here, but apart from that, I think we are pretty much done. There's one more over here, for example. We also have the new mission thing that we will take a look at, but right now I'm mostly interested in double checking in all of the equipment dealers again. Going to make sure if there's anything that might help us in any way. And regarding what I said previously about, you know, titanium, that's probably not a big deal because titanium is omnipresent, even in the DNI sectors, and, you know, for that matter, also is iron. So I think that selling off everything here anyway is still a good idea. So that is just something we will in fact do. Titanium, nothing worth of interest, sadly. And let's just keep going. Okay, ladies and gents, I'm going to call it now. We have fully explored the nation. So, the corporation of, which is our allies, have been thoroughly explored. All that remains to us is to gather up our things, finish up with our, you know, stuff, and proceed through the wormhole into this place over here. And as already mentioned before, I want to go for the Church of Quille instead of the Lippe, because the Lippe seem to be too unengaged when it comes to violence, you know, currently anyway. And I think this place over here is going to make for a slightly more interesting gameplay. Or at least I hope so, anyway. Before I do, there's a couple of things I need to do. First of all, I am tempted to very quickly do these missions over here, while I still have the chance. Also, I want to get rid of this red speck over here, because I really don't like the pirates, and I think we are currently strong enough to just nuke them out of existence. And also, I need to sell off all of the excess materials that we got. And once that is done, well, once that is done, everything is done. Let's start with the mission first. Izzy! Cheers! I need you I need you to do something for me. What's up? I have a task for you. There'll be something in it for you. What do I have to do? I've accepted some jobs, but I'm not sure if I should complete all of them because there might be some conflict of interest, and I don't want to be caught in the middle of that. What kinds of jobs? Well, you already worked for the Cavaliers and the family, and you've heard about the commune. They are all large syndicates that are operating independently from the large factions. They've all offered me jobs, but working for the three of them is at the same time just feels unsafe. They really don't like each other. Wait, but you're going to make me do it. Well, I can't really back out of the jobs now, can I? They punish me for that. But you'll be fine, just be careful you don't get caught in the middle of something you can't handle. Well, you said there was something in it for me. You can keep the reward they offered. How generous. I'm known for my generosity. In any case, just make sure you don't get too chummy with one of these syndicates, or the others will stop offering me jobs. Okay, where do I find you when I'm done? What makes you think I'll tell you where I'm going to be? I will come to find you when I've got the time. God damn it, Izzy! Oh, screw it. Let's go deal with those pirates instead. That sounds a little bit more interesting. So wait. Weren't these guys over here attacked by either the family, the commune, or something else? Weren't I already, you know, hostile with them? Oh dear, that's a lot. The Cavaliers, the commune, and the family. I really hope that these things are further away than they were before. Oh yeah, they are definitely much further. That's good. This is actually some very good pacing. It came just in time as I was about to leave this place. So it's actually very, very well paced. Neat. Alright, let's quickly get rid of those pirates, and we'll be fine. I should really just send Jerry here for a bit. If not for the fact that I'm going to be leaving this place anytime soon. You know what I really want to see? If I can send boarders on a station, if I can dock on it. And here we go. So much for this place. Alright. I think that's actually perfectly fine now. And there we go. No more pirate hotspot. I like that. Alright, ladies and gents. I think this is actually where we're going to stop. The current idea is that I'm going to post that vote regarding whether or not we want to actually leave the Indecisive here, in the sense that, like, how do we want to do this? How do we want to transfer to the new sector? Because this is a big deal. Like, we're nearing episode 20, and we are finally going to get to that, you know, new material level, which is, you know, sort of a big deal. And, so the idea is that either we leave only the ship behind, or we leave everything, including the guns and the systems and everything else, and we kind of do, you know, we're kind of left with what we have. Ah, yes, also, I'm going to do that right now, actually. Oh, I want this mining turret as well, actually. And that is certainly something that I will want to do as soon as I can. And that is upgrade the mining, well, you know, the package. Interesting. Is that just a random... Is that just a random mission, I wonder? Did it just reset? Oh, you devil. Though not unheard of. Oh well. So much for those titanium turrets, then. Alas. So, yeah. I think what we're gonna have to do is turn the mining ships into a 3-slot ship. 1 slot is for the mining system, and 1 more slot is for, you know, the civilian turret control system, and 1 more for X. Maybe another system? Maybe not. Maybe we can just do away and just use 2. I'm not exactly sure just yet. But anyway, so just all and take. There we go. And now we can just sell everything, like physically everything that we got. And just like that, we have nothing but 3.9 million credits. And you know what? I think that's gonna be perfectly fine. Alright, ladies and gents, all of our fleet is over here. I'm actually going to send this dude, man, bro. There we go. Divine Blessing Prime. Indecisive, you've been amazing for the longest time, but I think it's time for us to depart. As the rest of us, we step into the unknown. Well, honestly, not really all that much unknown. We already know what waits us there. For the time being, I'm going to be using Jerry as a means to just get around, really. And yeah, we are just going to go. Just like that. Alright, ladies and gents. I think this concludes Chapter 1 of the Avorion Let's Play for 2020-2021. And in the next chapter, after we are, you know, more aware of how we're going to do the transfer itself, we are going to take this jump, and we're just going to try to get to elusive Psychon Beta without getting killed, which, by the way, is going to be slightly harder, if anything, actually. I'd like to use this place as a reconstruction site just in case. Simply because, like, I want to use this as a home sector. I'm kind of wondering, how do I do that, actually? Oh, new mail. Stonian device. Mikoe the Adventurer's strange Stonian device. I found this strange Stonian device. I'm not really sure what it does, and I think it might actually be broken. At first scan showed me that it somehow interacts with subspace waves, like wormholes do. It also seems to resonate with hyperspace generators. It's definitely not the kind of thing I'm looking for, and I don't think it's particularly valuable. Anyway, I can't really make anything out of it. Maybe you can. Xonan wormhole device. Opens wormholes, probably. Closes wormholes, maybe. Bound player syndromes, destination unclear. Has a little light that points in a direction. Seems to point towards your reconstruction site. Can be activated by the player. Okay, so I think I think I read about this. This is basically our version of a Hearthstone, right? Yeah, probably. Alright, ladies and gents. This is Spazzy Dragon, aka Syndromes. Fly safe. And in the next video, in the next chapter, so to speak, we are going to be in a very interesting place. Surrounded by death. And a new form of challenge. Anyway, thanks for watching. Oh dear.